You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rants for Black and White Sports. We're going to talk about LeBron James, China James, Woke James. And it's a follow-up video involving a subject that Mr. Matrixx covered yesterday when an AC Milan soccer star, a veteran soccer star, came out and hammered LeBron James into the dirt over the fact that LeBron James essentially has run his mouth about everything involving politics. And LeBron, look, we've said it on this channel, LeBron is one of the millions upon millions of uneducated voters, leftists, okay? Which is the reason you saw so many false narratives out there. And we'll get to some of them false narratives. We've watched LeBron, look, he has run his mouth to the point that he has literally destroyed the NBA. Okay, we coined the phrase, Marxist NBA of China. The NBA already had a China problem, but for all the virtue signaling this league does, it will not be courageous and brave or stunning and step out there and say a negative thing about China. Makes the league look terrible. On top of it, they went on the social justice virtue signaling shit show last year involving Black Lives Matter, a Marxist organization. All these things are all these things are easily researched. Very easily researched. But it seems LeBron James did not want to do said research and followed standard operating procedure by listening to all the false narratives of the mainstream media, such as CNN and MSNBC. And what does that do? That gets you playing identity politics, playing the virtue signaling game, sticking politics all up in people's faces while your product is trying to be played on a television screen, and people say, you know what? I'm not racist, so I'm not watching this shit anymore because I'm tired of being told I'm racist. You want to talk about something very offensive to somebody, call somebody that's not a racist a racist. You can very possibly get your teeth knocked out. Okay? It's one of the most despicable things you could possibly do to somebody. It's the lowest common denominator. Now, LeBron James has fired back at the AC Milan star after the AC Milan star basically said, shut up, LeBron. Shut up and dribble. Go out. Play basketball. Don't run your mouth about politics. Nobody wants to hear it. Bravo to you because you're 100% right. Judging by the ratings, you are 100% right. Well, LeBron, of course, can't keep his mouth shut. This is from The Spun. LeBron James fires back at soccer star over critical comments. LeBron James has always used his platform to express his beliefs regarding politics, social change, and various other topics. While his fans don't mind, really? The ratings certainly do point to the fact that NBA fans or previous NBA fans did mind. It appears that Zlatan Ibrahimovic, my God, has an issue with it. Earlier this week, the AC Milan star, sorry dude, I know I butchered your name, had interesting comments for James. LeBron is phenomenal at what he's doing, but I don't like it when people have some kind of status and they go and do politics at the same time. Do what you're good at. Do the category you do. I play football because I'm the best at playing football, aka soccer. I don't do politics. If I would be a political politician, I would do politics. Makes sense. Look, if I want to hear about politics, I'll switch it over to Newsmax, okay? That is the first mistake people do when they become famous and have a certain status. We've seen it in Hollywood. Stay out of it. Just do what you do best because it doesn't look good. Following that criticism, the four-time NBA champion responded. Quote, he was the same guy who said when he was back in Sweden, because his last name wasn't a certain last name, that he felt there was some racism going on when he was out on the pitch. James said, I speak from a very educated mind. Holy shit. So I'm the kind of guy to actually go at it because I do my homework. Do you, LeBron? Because I'm going to respond to that shit. James also had an empathetic message for the soccer player and for anyone else who doesn't agree. So there's no way I could ever just stick to sports because I understand how this platform and how powerful my voice is. So you're bragging on yourself on top of it. Contrary to what the AC Milan star believes, James has also done a marvelous job off the hardwood court. Over the past years, he's helped build the I Promise school in Akron and was a key voice in ending voter suppression due to his More Than a Vote organization. Would that be the same organization that went and paid for felony fines so felons could actually vote? I believe it was in Florida. So felons could actually vote for Joe Biden? Now, you speak from a very educated mind, so you say, but you were out there virtue signaling over police brutality. Well, that's odd, LeBron, because literally you can take 5 minutes and do an internet search and go look at the statistics involving police brutality, and you would find out that your cause was complete nonsense. There is no such thing as police targeting black people, but that's exactly what you said. Very educated. How about the fact that you literally went out and you co-signed Joe Biden? You endorsed Joe Biden. Well, that's funny. One of Joe Biden's best friends was Robert Byrd. Do you have any idea what Robert Byrd's position was in the Ku Klux Klan? Just wondering. Joe Biden had a eulogy at this man's funeral. It was his mentor. You gave him a pass. Prior to the election, Joe Biden went on with Charlemagne the God and flat said, black people can't speak for themselves, and if they don't vote Democrat, they ain't black. Again, it was everywhere, LeBron. Everywhere, but you endorsed this man. The man went out the other day during a news conference and said the N-word. Dropped the N-word. This wasn't hard. 1994, there was a Joe Biden created crime bill. It did more damage than any other bill in the history of the black community. And again, you endorsed him because you're an uneducated moron. You do have a powerful voice, unfortunately, over the weak-minded. Which means, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, you are dangerous. You ran your mouth about cops. A few hours later, L.A. County Sheriff deputies got shot in the face. Got shot in the face. So much so that the L.A. County Sheriff literally called you out, asking you to contribute the reward money to find the guy that did it. All of a sudden, your brave, courageous, and stunning virtue signaling went silent. You went silent like the chicken shit that you are. You went silent. From where I stand, it looks to me like you don't even know how to use Google. Which, by the way, Joe Biden just accused everybody in the black community as not being educated enough to use the internet. What looks to me like the only one he got right was you. You endorsed a racist for president. You preached a false narrative of police brutality when all it took was some basic research to squash those theories with, again, statistics. Hey, LeBron, guess what? More unarmed white people get shot and killed by the police than black people. But you haven't said a damn word about that. But you're certainly on video talking about how much you don't really care for white people too much. Most educated. No, you're the exact problem with leftists and the Democratic parties. You are the poster boy for being uneducated, miseducated, swallowing and gobbling up everything the mainstream media jizzes into your mouth. And you are the problem. I wouldn't brag about anything, LeBron. You look like a moron. And even worse, you're influencing people. And yet again, you're the one that has destroyed the National Basketball Association. Yeah, you're awesome, dude. You're really awesome. Make sure you hit subscribe. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.